Right.
Dark Eros. Fuck. I hate it. I don't know why I'm here. It's been like
He is such a liar. He's such a liar.
sucks. Don't come.
No,
Seriously.
no. This is the
If
biggest
you don't
whore
want to
for Dark
have fun,
Heroes.
if you don't want to like work
A
with
hard
like
taskmaster as well.
then don't come.
Master.
Really, because it's just not fun. You're gonna hate it. People don't play at all. People don't joke around.
That's not true.
You always just have to go through deep processes, and it gets tiring, man. Like fuck.
Can you say something about
deep processes.
why have he's done this 6 times?
I know, fuck, because I'm a glutton for punishment. See, I've got a masochistic body type with my belly. It's masochistic.
Nice.
And because you have that
Jeez.
masochistic body type, you always just come up with punishment, and Eros is about being punished. Mm-hmm. Well, for pleasure, and that's like the thing you gotta.
And you said that you got a lot out of it from your life, right?
Totally.
You've done it 6 times, not just going in as a participant, but getting right in there and being
twice as a participant, 4 times assisting it. And for me, it's all about like going deeper. Like the themes here are shadow themes: guilt, shame, anger, things that a lot of people, we all have, but don't always want to address. And I think that if you can go through the journey, which is like, if I'm going to be like serious, challenging as fuck, if you can go through it at times, challenging as fuck, then you can come the other end. You can come the other end, I don't know, like happier, more joyful, more connected, more playful, not so serious. And I think we need more spaces like that where you might be able to go through something, maybe like that's challenging and hard, but at the end of the day, it's like super needed. Super like
and there's shitloads of experiences, workshops, festivals for getting out your anger and your sacred rage. What makes Dark Eros different? Like, have you been to other ones? I know I'm stretching this out now.
Let's see. I put me on the spot, and it's the end of the day, and if my first impulse
him out
is
of the
like,
toilet.
yeah, exactly. She caught me coming out of the toilet, just letting go, releasing. It's all another Dark Eros theme. Come and let go and release.
Is that TMI? Is it? No, it's all good. I'm turning gold out of that dross. There's gold nuggets in them.
Yeah. Come dig in my shit and you'll find them.
No, but seriously, in a word, what makes Dark Eros more attractive, or do you feel safe in it? Do you feel safe in it? That's why you keep coming back. Like, are there no other good anger and shame festivals or events?
Like Ista, and I love Ista too. Hello, Ista community.
Not me, because I didn't do Ista.
Okay.
I'm left out.
Oh no.
But I'm here in the toilet with you, so it's
all good. Loser.
Okay, you're gonna have to come back with this answer. It looks like you're not forthcoming with that.
Yeah, no, I don't know. To me, it's like, it's different, and it just resonates on some level. And I can't tell you the specific reason why, but the journey really resonates for me. It's from an experience of like someone who's survived like childhood, child abuse, physical abuse, kind of sexual inappropriate kind of, experiences. And also someone who's worked as a paramedic on an ambulance for like almost 15 years. So yeah, like I said, it touches me on different levels, and I feel it's profoundly changed the way that I move in the world, and especially in the space. And every time I come from here, I try to take something back out. And when I come back here, I remember things that I'm like, oh shit, like, why was I so serious? And why didn't I use that? Like, I still fall into guilt or anger or blame. Why don't I use these techniques, damn it? What the hell? I've done this enough times. Am I just thick? Yeah, I think so, actually. Well, rhetorical question. Don't answer that.
It's pretty intense, some of those things. Yeah, totally. And I think the answer to that question for me anyway is that it's not necessarily easier. It's kind of, I find it a little bit old school, and
Yes.
this topic has come up, and of course my impression of what old school is, and I feel like it could be, in a way, it's very humble, actually. Like, I was touching on this at the end. Like, it's very humble in a way, the way it goes about it. It's very plain. It's not like the sexy new glossy kind of pamphlets that we get for workshops these days that are trauma informed and informed consent. But it does deliver what it sets out to.
Yeah, to me it's different. Like, to me it's consent, but it's not. Wheel of consent, for example. If you're looking for something like a specific, this is a structure that I'm used to, that makes me feel safe. But I feel there's enough built in. Again, this is just my personal feeling. There's enough built in opportunities to opt out and pause or stop. I know that's something that I personally I'm a strong proponent of, is to it's like, if you are not feeling something, then pause. It's your experience. And of course, when you're in a situation where you might be overwhelmed, you might forget that. And to me, that's why you have your partner, and you also who you're doing the session with, and that's why you have assistants there to kind of keep an eye. So it's not all on just that.
Monkeys like us.
Not all on one person who's has got a lot of wisdom and knowledge, but maybe is not up to the latest
lingo.
Lingo and techniques.
Yeah.
But I am, so there.
There's a lot in it.
So you want to do emotional release techniques? Come on, I'll show you. You want to do some emotional regulation techniques?
What came to me was that it's kind of getting you to be a grown up as well. It's kind of like it was triggering, when you ask a question in the way you do, and then you're getting this snappy, grumpy old kind of answer, and you're kind of
it's old school. Sure.
But it's also kind of like saying to be direct. A grown up, to just grow up and use your own mind and take responsibility for your own experience in a way.
Yeah, I feel it's I don't know. It could be a generational thing.
Definitely is a generational thing.
Gen Xers and prior probably I understand. And if you're, Gen Y, Z, millennial, then I think you might be like, that's not how I'm used to interacting.
Big time.
In the world. So it could be shocking. I'm not going to sugarcoat that. But again, I think it's something that everyone needs to feel into. What is it that what is it that feels, I don't know, resonant, aligned?
Yeah, and also the fact that you're studying with a master that
has done this for over 40 years.
Yeah,
so
but they're a human being as well, and
exactly, has their own
shite and struggles, life shite and struggles, vulnerabilities and Achilles heels.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of this Dark Eros anyway, for me.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. It's kind of being able to accept those themes, qualities in ourselves, but even in each other.
Yeah, seeing it reflected so strongly.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to come to my second Dark Eros this time assisting, and I thought my first experience of it, as your first one is kind of this mighty hawk kind of doing his job, and instead it's like, oh whoa, it's raw and red around the edges, but it's definitely not Dark Eros. It's it's stuff.
Well, that is Dark Eros.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
it's bringing out the real thing, and
edginess.
Yeah, and just before this, I was on a week's retreat for facilitation, and it's like when leaders are called into question, and this is a theme for me. Who am I to call myself a facilitator, to be in that balance of power that I stand before you? You defer to me. You're coming to avail of an experience with me, and then there's somebody that I've come to avail of their wisdom and experience, and yet witnessing them in their humanity, in their messiness, it's like, whoa, this is, so do I rubbish them because they're being human, and they're not being like this, the God that, had originated the stream of wisdom,
Yeah, which we often create. We often create, these, I don't know, like these guru types or celebrity types or people.
Kill the Buddha is something
these
that was
models,
brought to my attention.
role models, in order to just tear them down.
Do you know about Kill the Buddha?
A little bit, but I don't know exactly. Which part
Okay. A fourth rendition of this. Yeah.
Give me the lowdown.
Okay, the lowdown was.
The lowdown. What is it?
Thanks, Sam, for this. He said it's a story of somebody on the road. I know I'm getting this totally wrong already. Meets the Buddha, and he gleans all this channeled information, cosmic wisdom. He knows everything.
Yeah.
And the next thing that he must do is to kill the Buddha.
Okay.
And why is that?
I don't know. Would you kill the Buddha so that you can, become the Buddha?
Because you can.
So you got what you needed, and so you kill it in order for you to step into that role. Or...
I guess so. Yeah. So you don't guru-rise the guru-rise?
Yeah.
The old. I meant to say that. Okay. The Buddha. You don't focus on the Buddha. You focus on his teachings.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. You got to look past sometimes the individual as an individual and
personality.
The personality, exactly.
And it's also
individual.
Yeah, and us staying young
to discern,
staying children, so that we don't have to take responsibility for our teachings and the evolution of it.
I don't know. I have to kind of like contemplate that part.
Back to the toilet now.
Yeah, exactly. Gotta find some more nuggets.
Okay.
We'll be back. Bye.
We'll be back. More nuggets tomorrow.
Yeah, more cool nuggets.